Hey folks, I'm your host, Cameron, and today we are going to be doing another Clickteam tutorial on how to make a 5 Nights at Freddy's fan game. We are currently on part 4, and we are going to be doing doors in today's episode. So in the last episode, we did light buttons, so you can press these buttons and you can just see out in the hallway. That's what we did in the last episode. In today's episode, we are going to make it so that we have a door button, which will activate a counter, which will close the door. And that's pretty much all we're doing in today's episode, because I feel like it's going to take quite a while. And towards the end of the episode, I'm going to try to fix a little issue up with the light buttons. A little issue with light buttons right now is I'm going to move these down here so you guys can see this. And I'm going to lock my third layer. Remember, if you lock one of your layers, you cannot do anything on that layer at all. But basically, this is an issue that I noticed in the last episode while editing this video. So I'm gonna select the right light, and obviously my counter is set to 1. But if I go over here, this also goes to 1, but there's no light coming out from the left, so you think, oh yeah, nothing's happening. But if I unselect this, then that light turns on. But we're gonna fix that later in today's episode, so I apologize, but anyway, we're gonna do doors first, and we're gonna do that afterwards, because that's really not too bad to do. But what we want to do is we want to import 6 different objects. 3 objects for the left door, 3 objects for the right door. So it's a lot, but we're gonna do it. Okay, so the first object we want to insert is the door button. So press your active, okay, put it down here. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, do that. Ooh. Let me go back to my first layer. Okay, first thing you want to do is go insert, active, okay, put it down here, and we're going to rename this to left door button. Good. We're going to double click into this, and this is pretty much the same situation with the light buttons, where you want to insert 2 different frames, one with one door button unpressed and one with the other door button pressed. So I already made some door buttons, so I'm going to insert my door button unpressed. Okay, I'm going to insert a new frame, frame 2, open, and door button pressed. Good. I'm going to go up to my hotspot, which is this little target with a blue circle in the middle. Click that, hold down Alt, and press the middle square. And now they're all perfectly symmetrical. I'm going to press OK. And I'm just going to move this like right down here. I'm going to move this like over top that one, because yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, what I want to do next is I'm going to clone this, or you can just you can insert an object and insert your door buttons like that. But my way of doing it, I think it's easier. So I'm going to clone the object. Okay. I'm going to rename this to right. Wait, oh my god, I'm spelling this all wrong. Right door button. Okay, I'm gonna double click into it, go over to this little paper fold, and just press that. That will flip it horizontally. I'm gonna do that to both my frames. Once again, you learned this in the last episode. I'm gonna press OK, and then I'm just gonna slide this over here, and let me get it perfectly. Oh, alright, that's good enough. Wait, no, it's not. Oh my god, just go over it. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. So as you can see, we have both of our door buttons. Obviously they're pressed in and we got no code for it, but that's how they look right now. You can put them anywhere. I'm just going to put them there though, because it looks decent. I don't know. Next what we want to do is we want to insert 2 counters. One will be for the left button and one will be for the right button. So basically just all that. So I'm going to just call this left door activation. Okay. I'm going to clone this, and I'm going to rename it to right door activation. I'm going to move this over to my right door so that there's no confusion. Okay, and now we're going to insert our doors, and this is probably going to be a little confusing, but we'll get there. So I'm going to insert an object. We're going to go to active. I'm going to press OK, put it down here. Rename this to left door. Good. And we're going to go into it. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to make 2 different animations for when the door closes and for when the door opens. So over near the animations window over here, it's at the bottom left of your screen. And if this is kind of your first time using Clickteam, you might have show all selected, which should just show all of these. You can just uncheck show all, so you don't have to see none of that, because none of it's really important. And we're going to right click, new, and we're just gonna rename this animation to door closed, okay? And we're just gonna right click on stopped and just delete that, because that's just a stopped animation. We don't want that. Next, we want to do is we want to right click, new, and then we're gonna just title this door opened. Good. We're gonna select door closed, and we are going to select frame 1, and we are going to insert different animations for our doors. Now I have 7 animation frames for my door. Obviously going in progression of when you just press the button and the door starts at the top and then goes down to the bottom. Now an easy way to do this is obviously to import as animation, because that just inserts all 7 frames of my doors anyway. Your door frames could be like 5 frames, 3 frames. It could be all that. But if you import as animation, it'll do this. But once again, like I said in my last video, or one of my videos, if you want to import as an animation, you have to make sure that you have your kind of door frames in numerical order. Now, for example, I titled my door frames left door animation 1, left door animation 2, and you might be wondering, like, why do you have numbers at the end of that? Well, it's because 1, I kind of want it to be organized, knowing which frame is which, but also because it's easier to import as an animation, because Clickteam, when you import as an animation and you want to import like a GIF or something, Clickteam will kind of detect your files in whatever folder you selected and search for like animation 1. So 1 would be like frame 1, 2 would be frame 2. Now you can't just have your animations be like left door animation, and then for your second animation like left door animation 2, because then that won't detect it in numerical order. So you can do it that way, or you could just import it like, you know, like this. You could go frame 1, new frame, and just do it that way. But I like to import as an animation because it's just, excuse me, way quicker. So I'm gonna import as an animation. Got all my door frames, and as you can see, they go down in order. But what we want to do is we want to go over to the hotspot view, or view hotspot, because as you can see, this little hotspot up here is way above our door frame. What we want to do is we want to get this hotspot in the center of our frame. So what we can do is we'll go over to view hotspot, hold down Alt, and then just press this middle square, and boom, it selects the center of our animation, and the animation should go pretty well, right? Yep, animation's good. Now what we want to do is we want to select all of these frames, copy them, go over to door open, and then just paste. Now the thing is, what you just seen there is just me importing them or copying them over. But as you can see, it's 8 frames now, and that's because that little diamond rhombus thing stays with my door frame. So if I go play, boom, that rhombus is there, and that's my frame 8. So just get rid of that. It's gonna basically just kind of carry over. You don't want that, and now it should be good. Good. But obviously, since this is the door open animation, we want to put these in reverse. So just take your frame 7 and put it where frame 1 would go. Take your other frame 7 and slide it to frame 2, frame 7, frame 3, frame 7, frame 4, frame 7, frame 5. That is hard as hell to say. And as you can see, I think it should work now. Yep, you got your door open, you go to door closed, and you got your door closed. Good. Press OK, and then just slide this over top of your door, like that. I didn't even mean to get that perfect, but so next step is we want to add in our right door. So we're going to insert object, active, put that down here, right click on that, rename that to right door. Okay, double click into that, go over to animations, new animation, door closed, And this is for our right door, remember that. Delete stopped, new animation, door opened. Nice. Go over to your door closed animation, go to frame 1, and we're going to import our right door this time, which is just 6 frames, not 7 like our left door, because I kind of wanted to rush this a little bit. I'm going to press my right door animation, and I'm going to import as an animation. Boom. Now they're all in, and I'm going to go over to my hotspot view, hold down Alt, and press the middle square. Now it looks like it's closed. Perfect. I'm going to hover over all these, press Control C, which will copy it, go over to door opened, go over to frame 1, Control V, which will paste, do that, go over to frame 7, which is still the diamond, and just get rid of that. We don't need that. And now we're just gonna put these in reverse like the other one. Got that. Good. And to make sure that our hotspot is still good, I'm just gonna hold down Alt and just press the middle square again, and it should be good. Yep, all good now. Slide this over your right door, and now it's coding time. So we did all that. We're gonna go over to event editor. We're going to insert a group of events. Insert a group of events. Left door. Good. New condition. Storyboard controls, start a frame, and we're gonna set both of these counters over here, which is our left door activation and right door activation. We're just gonna set both of these to 0. I'm gonna drag this check mark over to my right door activation, as that will just automatically copy it. Good. Go over to new condition. Once again, this is pretty much gonna be just like the light buttons, but just a lot more things are kind of gonna be added onto it. So we're gonna go to new condition. User clicks on an object, just go over to the keyboard and mouse. On the mouse, user clicks on an object, whatever button you want. Left button, got that. Insert on the same code, press insert, go over to left door activation, compare the counter to a value, 0. We're going to fire an event after given delay, go over to the timer, fire event after given delay, we'll say 3/100ths of a second. Okay, and we're going to say left door closed. Copy that. Go over to new condition. The timer, on event, left door closed. Set the left door activation button, or left door activation counter to 1. Nice. Now we want to go over to new condition. Underneath the on event, we're going to go over to keyboard and mouse, the mouse, user clicks on an object, left button, insert, right click, insert, I'm going a little quick, left door activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, then we're going to fire an event after given delay, 3/100ths of a second, like we said before, and we're going to title this, left door opened. Good. I forgot to copy that. Copy that. Go on to on event, or the timer on event. Control V. Got that working. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that our doors will actually close. Well, actually, no. Hold on. We have to set this counter over on left door open to 0. Good. And when we launch the frame or run the frame, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys this, but if you insert your doors, it's automatically going to start the frame for them. That's because we haven't coded nothing in for the doors. Obviously, we'll fix that when we get there, but just ignore that for now. But when I press this red button to the left, boom. Sets to 1. And then when I press it again, when it's 1, it goes down to 0. Good. Now what we want to do is, over on the left door event, go down to on timer event left door closed, right click on, remember, on the left door code, right click, animation, start animation, right click on it again, animation, change, animation sequence to door close. Then right click on it again, visibility, reappear. And since we're making it reappear and we're making the animation start, we want to go over to our started frame. I forgot to do this. Still on the left door, event 2. I guess we could do it to the right door, event 2. We're gonna right click on left door, animation, stop. And we're gonna right click on it again. And we're gonna go over to visibility, make object invisible. And since the left door and right door kind of work on the same code, I'm just gonna drag this check mark over so that when I start the frame, boom, none of the doors are there. Good. Now, we wanna go back to on event, left door open, right click underneath the left door event, event, right click on left door, animation, start, right click, animation, change, animation sequence to door open, and then right click, visibility, reappear. Why press reappear? Yeah. Good. Now, I don't think this is gonna 100% work because we do have to add in extra stuff, but it should basically just close and open. So if I left click, boom, the door closes. But when I open it, it's gonna do that. It's gonna go up and then immediately go down. And to fix that, we want to go over to new condition, left click. We're gonna go over to the left door event. Animation has an animation finished. I will say door closed. And when the animation door closed is finished, we're gonna go over to the left door event, right click, animation, stop. Good. Now we want to do kind of the same thing. We're gonna go over to new condition, left door, animation, has an animation finished, door open, go over to the left door event, underneath, go over to the animation door opened is over event, underneath the left door event, right click that, visibility, invisible, right click on it again, animation stop. So now this is gonna work. So now when we close the door, the animation stops as usual, and then when we open it up, it works now. It works now. You can open it and you can close it. Nice. Oh, excuse me. So another thing we want to do is go over to new condition. I think. Do we want to go over to new condition? I think. Actually, I don't think we gotta go over to new condition right now. Yeah, we don't have to go to new condition. Just insert another group of events. If you're following along with me exactly, doing the exact same code as me, it should be 29. Remember, just insert a group of events underneath where it's kind of like over to the wall, because as you can see, all these are kind of indented a little bit. So go over to 29, insert a group of events. We're gonna title this group right door. Good. And since we already have a starter frame with both of these, just over that, we don't have to do a starter frame here. What we can do, though, is we can go over to the keyboard and mouse, user clicks on an object, and we're going to go to the right door. It's pretty much the same code, but just for the right door, so I don't feel like I have to go too slow with this. Insert, go over to right door activation, compare the counter to a value, 0, fire event after giving delay. We'll say 300ths of a second. Right door closed. Copy that. Go over to new condition. The timer. On event. Right door closed. We're gonna. I'm not. Actually, let's just do the code right here real quick. We're gonna set this counter to 1, and we're gonna go over to our right door. Right click on that. Animation, change, animation sequence, door closed, right click on it again, animation, start, right click on it again, right click, visibility, make object reappear. Then we're gonna go over to new condition, keyboard and mouse, the mouse, user clicked on an object, right door, insert on the same line of code, and go over to, right door activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, good, give a timer, wait, no, what's it called again? Fire event after giving delay, 300ths of a second again, right door opened, copy that, go over to new condition, the timer, on event, right door opened, set the right door activation counter to 1, or no, 0, set that to 0, since we already set the door closed to 1. Go over to the right door, right click, animation, start, right click, animation, change, animation sequence to door open, okay? Right click on it again, visibility, reappear. Good. And this should work too, but obviously it's going to run into the same issue where you can close it, but when you open it up again, it's just going to go right back down. Obviously, to fix this, we're going to go over to new condition, right door, animation, has an animation finished, door closed, good. Go over to right door, right click, visibility, no, animation, stop, go over to new condition, right door, has an animation finished, door open, go over to right door again, right click, animation, stop, right click on it again, visibility, make it visible. Now this should completely work for both doors. So if we run the frame, check the left door, you can close it, boom, good. You can open it, good. You go over to the right door, you can close it, good. You can open it, good. Now obviously we have two issues here. One, our door buttons they don't have an animation like the light buttons where it's like, oh, it's unpressed, then it's pressed. It stays pressed. So we'll fix that really quick. But also, if you close the door, you can turn on the light and the light will still come through the door as if it was like a phantom, a ghost or something. And this happens with both of our doors, so we're going to fix that too, just to make it feel more realistic in a way. Now to fix this issue, we want to go over to our left door group of events, go over to new condition, left door activation counter, compare the counter to a value, 0. See, I knew I had to come back to the counters eventually. New condition underneath the, still underneath the left door kind of column. Go over to left door activation, compare the counter to a value, 1. Then go over to the left door button on the left door activation set to 0. Right click, animation, change animation frame to 0. And then over at the left door activation equals 1. Right click underneath left door button, right click, animation, change animation frame 1. So that's going to work, but we want to do the same thing for the right side. So go to new condition, go over to the right door activation, compare the counter to a value, 0, and then go over to new condition, right door activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, go over to right door activation is equal to 0, go over to the right door button, right click, animation, change animation frame to 0, then do the same thing for the right door activation equals 1, right click underneath right door button, animation, change animation frame to 1. So that should work now. If we start the frame, as you can see, they're both unpressed. When I press them in, they're pressed. When I unpress them, they're unpressed. Good. Now our next step is to make sure we hide the fact that you can't see the left hallway when the left door is closed. Obviously, and this goes for both sides, we don't want this where you can just see through it, so we're just going to get rid of that, and press that and that works. So we're just going to fix that. So to fix that, we're going to go back up to our left door group of events, go over to new condition, we're going to go over to left hallway light activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, insert in the same line of code, press insert, go over to the left door activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, then what we want to do is, we want to go over to the left light button, right click, animation, change animation frame to 0, we want to go over to the left brightness, we want to right click, visibility, invisible, and we want to go over to the left hallway light activation counter, right click, set counter to 0. So now, it should work, hopefully. So, as you can see, left door's on, or left light's on, but when I close it, boom, it should close. And when I try to press on it again, I can't press on it again, and I can't see the light out of it. Good. Nice. Okay. So we got that done with the left door. Now we're going to do that for the right door. So go over to the right door group of events. New condition. Right hallway light activation counter. Compare the counter to a value 1. We want to insert in that same line of code. Go over to insert. Go over to the right door activation. Oh, why are you here? Right click. Compare the counter to a value under the right door activation and press 1. So basically this should say right hallway light activation set to 1 and right door activation set to 1. That Epic Games app threw me off. Okay, so when that happens, go over to the right light button, right click, animation, change animation frame to 0. Go over to the right brightness, right click, visibility, invisible. Go over to the right hallway light activation counter, right click, set counter, and 0. And now that should work, right? That should work. So if I do this, I can close the door, the light hides away, open it back up, nice. And now if I light this one up and I close the door, boom, light goes away, and I can't press on it again to light it up. Good. Alright, that worked. So, we have the door tutorial done. As you saw, let me take this back here. But as you guys saw, we got the doors working, and all that. So I think to finish it all off, we're gonna go back over to Frame Editor, and we're gonna select these two counters and just put them, select these two counters and just put them up here. Now, obviously, like I said before, if you're unable to click your counters because of this perspective object, remember our perspective object is on layer 3 and our counters are on layer 1, so you might accidentally click on the perspective object. But if that's the case, you can you can go over to the layers toolbar and just click this little lock, all depending on what layer the perspective's on. This will make it so that you can't click anything in that layer. Or additionally, you can right click on your perspective object, right click and lock it. And to unlock it, you can hold in Control, Shift, and then click, and then boom, you're able to select it again. And if you want to lock it again, just right click, lock. You can't click it, boom. But to unlock it, just hold in Control, Shift, click, and then boom, click it again. Nice. So that's the tutorial, guys. Obviously, we're gonna do a quick light button fix, but otherwise, doors are completely done. So if that's all you needed for the doors, you can quit out of the video now. But we're just gonna finish up on the light buttons because I kind of messed up. So let's get right to it. So obviously, a little issue that I noticed is that when you click this and then click this, both of the light counters, or both of the hallway light counters, will be set to 1, and we do not want that. And obviously, if I unpress this, this left button will be set to 0, but this is still going to be set to 1, which means that the right door is going to be active, like that, and we don't want that. So to fix that, we're going to go over to the event editor. We're going to go over to the left light, new condition, keyboard and mouse, the mouse, user clicks on an object, the left door button, or left light button, insert, and we're going to say right hallway light, compare the counter to a value, is set to 1. Then we're going to set the left hallway light activation counter to 1, and we're going to set the right hallway light activation counter to 0. And we're going to do the opposite for the right light. So under the right light, group of events, new condition, keyboard and mouse, the mouse, user clicks on an object, right light button, insert, left hallway light activation, compare the counter to a value, 1, we're going to go over to our left hallway light activation counter, right click, set counter to 0, go over to the right hallway light activation and set that one to 1. Now this is going to work. So I have this one selected, but when I select this one's automatically going to get lit up and this one's going to hide. Same for this side. Boom, like that. Sweet. Okay. Truly it for the tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Love y'all. And see you guys in the next tutorial.